So, ouch. I started a little bit late because I had to run all the way down. I forgot to cover my birds. I heard Lucian yelling, so I had to run all the way downstairs, cover the birds really quick, and there goes my phone. Go all the way up, run back all the way upstairs. And I was trying to, like, cause my door doesn't close all the way, so I had to put like a sock to close the door, and I hit my back on a freaking doorknob. Don't ask me how, but man, I forgot to cover. I was like, oh crap, I forgot to cover the freaking birds. But yeah, all right. So tonight I'm gonna be playing Colonel's Bequest. Am I good? Yeah, I'm good. I had to put. Tonight I'm gonna be playing Colonel's Bequest, and we are going to be finishing up the game. And yeah. So let me pause the music. why I have my stream open. I don't know why. Get the freak out of here. And we are going to finish Colonel's Bequest. Hopefully by the time I finish this game, I'll have time to whatchamacallit. I'll have time to continue from where I last left off. Damn man, I hit my back, but welcome Killer Kami and I was about to say Neo Venom. I'm going crazy. Thank you for tuning in, Gargan and Killer Kami. Oh, I'm losing my mind. I am losing my mind. I was gonna say thank you, Neo Venom, for tuning in. Thank you for the host, Garg. Yeah, thank you, Neo Venom, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. All right, let me restore. So we're at 9 o'clock. So what did we discover? I'm trying to recap. So to begin with the story, we're playing as Lorbo, and we went to our friends Lillian's I want to say uncle, great uncle, great grandfather. Anyways, we're in the Colonel's mansion because he invited Lillian, her mother, and the rest of his family to the mansion to say that he's passing away and that he's going to give his inheritance split amongst the living relatives. However, the problem with that is that he also said that if someone were to pass away before him, that share of the person would be split amongst the living members. So then we also find out that a lot of the relatives are not fond of each other. For example, Ethel, Lillian's mother, absolutely hates Gertie because she's getting some of the money and she's not a blood relative. So that happened. We're in a secret passageway, by the way. So we also find out that Gertie does not like Clarence, who had an affair with her daughter, and she was threatening that she will reveal Clarence's secrets if he mistreats Gertie's daughter again. So he didn't like that. We also find out that Gloria, who is Gertie's daughter, she's sick and the doctor knows about it and she's not fond of that. We also find out that what's his name? Rudy and Clarence don't like each other. Rudy is the brother of Gloria and he doesn't like how he's treating his sister. We've also find out that Fifi, this is a lot of let's just say it's a lot of mess up crap. We also find out that Fifi is having an affair with the Colonel. Because, she's a maid. A French maid that's young and voluptuous and all that other stuff. And he's like, you know what? Why not? What else we find out? I'm trying to find out what we already know. So I'm just reading this. Okay, so yeah, we find out that Fifi and Henry are having an affair. Fifi being the maid, Henry being the Colonel. Then we find out that Clarence and Gertie are having an argument. Yeah, we know that. We blah 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 blah. Rudy and Gloria as well don't like. Oh, the reason why Gloria doesn't like Clarence anymore is because she has found a new flame. So yeah, there's that. And I think that's it. Oh, and we also know that Clarence and Wilbur being the doctor of the Colonel, they spent, I think, like $100,000. At this time, $100,000 is a lot of money. Watch retrograde Tom play through Larry 2. Then that's a long game compared to the first one. Yeah, Larry 2 is really Larry 2 is long. I want to say 2 and 3, but 2 is the longest Larry game. 3 is it's long, but out of all the Larry games, 3 is the lootest. When I was streaming it, I played Larry 3 at the lowest loot setting because I didn't want to get risked getting banned on Twitch. Granted, there's a lot worse things out there than, you know, having sex. I'm sorry. There is a lot worse than that. Like, violence is... I'm amazed that violence is more acceptable than that. But anyways... But Witcher 3 has worse sexual content than Larry, and that game's allowed. So, like, yeah, Larry 2 was about an evil scientist trying to use a device to take over. What was it? His name was Dr. None Tonight, or something like that. His name was Dr. None Tonight, and. Or was that the island name? What was that? I forgot what it was. I forgot. Was it None Tonight Island or what? What was it? Hey, base, how you doing? All right, so enough of me rambling. So this is the Colonel's Bequest for those that don't know, and at the moment I'm trying to get dirt on people. Okay, so what we need to do? Oh yeah, and then freaking Rudy is having it. He's trying to get his way with the maid, cause why not? He's a freaking perv. Spy on Gloria. Okay, so right now the reason why we were in there was because we were spying on these people. You hear fancy sounds because I am using the Mutt emulator. The Mutt base is an emulation of the Roland MT32, which is an expensive, really expensive place. I mean, really expensive piece of hardware. How you doing, bass guy? This music though, this is pretty loud, isn't it? The music, hang on, this thing is freaking loud. Okay, so the reason why it sounds this fancy is because of the Mutt emulator. Yeah, I'm trying to 100%. That's why it sounds this fancy. If it wasn't for the Mutt, the Roland MT32 emulator, it will not sound like this. It'll sound less fancy. Sierra is known to use okay, you know what? This music is freaking too loud. Sierra games are known to use the Roland MT32, Larry 1, Larry 2, Larry 3, King's Quest, Police Quest, Space Quest, and the music and the sound effects. Like right now, you're hearing it. The music, the sound effects, everything. They sound really good. Yeah, so like, so if you oil the knight's arm, he'll slice you in half. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, exit. Okay, so look at Gerda sleeping. We already did that. Spy on Clarence. Get the poker from the library. Oh, you know what? I went the wrong way. So in this game, you have to be careful traveling because you're supposed to do certain things at certain times of the day. If you go to an area and the clock progresses by 15 minutes, you actually lose progress. Well, you don't lose progress. You progress in the game, but this game judges you based on how much detective work you do. Because if you do a lot of stuff before the 15 minutes come, you won't have a chance to do them again. You might not have a chance to do it again. What does GOG use to emulate DOS games? It uses DOSBox. DOSBox is free. I know how to tweak it. A lot of people say, oh, don't get the games on Steam because They're not configured properly. I know how to config DOSBox. I've done a lot of research on it. So even if I get it on Steam, I could switch the configuration of it. However, in GOG, the people who upload the game, I guess, is that the correct term? They configure it properly for the users, rather than the users having to deal with it. All right, so something looks wrong here. A chair has been knocked over, and there are signs of a struggle on the floor. Prompt. That impersonation voice was hilarious. Which one? Oh, me making fun of the guys. Prompt. $P, $G. Yeah, because that's how the complainants sound. Oh my god, man. This game is not configured properly. Can you please configure it? And I'm like, shut up. Do research. Stop being lazy. Jesus Christ. Do freaking research. Like, how hard is it to freaking Google? Or even look at the DOS. Like, for me, if I'm using the program, I want to know what the freak it's doing. Because, for example, say the game is too fast. Do you know you could cycle down the game so it could not run as fast? How many of you knew that? I mean, I'm saying not you guys, but people who are not familiar with DOSBox. You could cycle down the game to make it run slower, because, quite frankly, a lot of the games run too fast. Like right now it's running okay, but you want to freaking configure the damn thing, man. Look at it yourself. Back then there was no damn internet. You had to figure crap out. Like, you know, for the Commodore 64, my brother had to teach me how to use it because I didn't know the freaking command lines. I was like, how you do this? Oh, you're supposed to press load, comma. No, what was it? Load, like, parentheses, star, parentheses, comma 8, comma 1. I'm like, okay. I didn't know what the freak it did, but I used it. Alright, so there's a struggle here. So we look at the floor. What? You see nothing special on the floor, right? Are you kidding me? You see nothing special? What is this? Clearly there's something on the floor. You wonder how the small pink feathers got on the floor. They look like they have come from pillows or a feather ball. Okay, so the interesting thing is that the only person... Okay, so in this room, Dr. Wilbur Fields was here, and he was looking at a magazine. However, we find some pink feathers here, and the only person that wears a pink feather boa is Gloria. So you know how we went to the billiard room and they triggered the time and Gloria was in there? If we weren't not to come here first and go there, it might have, like, I might have not even find this clue, to be honest. Pixel Amusement on YouTube has DOSBox settings for all the games covered, which is handy. What? You know, you could do me a favor, base guy. Under the links section of, it says the video, right? Under the video section, if I have I don't even know what I have. If I have a video section on my Discord, drop, or you know what? On the links section, put the guy's YouTube channel. Just put it there. Link the YouTube channel so I could check it out, because that's really helpful for me. I'm planning to play Space Quest in the future and Police Quest, and I want to know what the cycles are for the game. Like right now, this game is running at 10,000 cycles, which is, I'm assuming, a lot. All right, so we find some pink feathers. So we know that Gloria was here. And there's a poker right here. See right here? That's a poker. I know it's a poker because I play this game. So see, Dr. Wilbur Fields was sitting right here. And there's a poker here. Look at poker. You don't have it. Pick up poker. As you retrieve the fireplace poker, your eyes happen to fall upon some small pink flowers scattered upon the floor. Wait, did I say flowers? I meant feathers, not flowers. He makes video reviews to old dolls games. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, so we have the freaking. If he has any recent Sierra games, I'll see if he has any recent Sierra games. All right, no problem. So we got the poker. So we gotta like do detective work. Look at table. This is a text parse game, meaning you have to type your commands. Personally, if there was a VGA version of this game that I don't have to type, I'll play that. I'm not saying the EGA is not good. I'm just saying that if there was a VGA version, I'll be up all on that, because I suck at typing. Well, I don't suck at typing. I suck at like thinking. I don't even want to know. I don't even know how to word it. I suck at text parse games. Let's just say that. You spy an open magazine on the library table. Why, this must be the magazine that Wilbur was reading. Can we pick up the magazine? Can we pick up the magazine? I'm just double checking because I want to have a perfect score. I think we already did this. Yeah, we already did that. Okay, so we're gonna go to Wilbur's room now, because I already beat this game, but I did not get a perfect score, and it bothered me. This is the only game I'm probably perfect score. Like, if I'm gonna play the sequel to this game. Well, not the sequel to this game. What? 22 months. Yo, no message, man? What's up? You didn't need a freaking message? Thank you for the 22 months with Twitch Prime, Gargan. Oh, now you left. Oh no, you didn't leave a message. Wait, you left? No, you didn't leave a For Freddy message. So I was thinking about switching. I love Korra, but I'm thinking about switching my Korra and For Freddy to For Freddy to tier 1, Korra to tier 2. I love Korra, but I think people will use For Freddy more. You left a message? I didn't read a freaking I didn't hear the message. Was it a For Freddy message? Because that was super delayed. And I didn't hear it. RIP. And look, this guy's bag is missing. The Murphy bed has been pulled down for Dr. Fields to sleep on, but the bag is freaking missing. You just put For Freddy, but the text to speech didn't even say For Freddy. It's gonna be 2 years. Can you believe that? In what? So you subbed 9 April. You subbed in July. April, June, July. Yeah, July. But it's gonna be 2 years of me streaming on the 27th. So the bag is missing. His bag is missing. Dr. Fields' bag is missing. So that means someone snatched it or Dr. Fields have it himself. Alright. Alright. So now we gotta check all of...
Con mi burrito sabanero voy camino de Belén si mi ven. Si mi ven voy camino de Belén el lucerito mananero aluminum y sandero si mi ven. Si mi ven voy camino de Belén.
What the hell? Con mi burritos. That... Thank you for the 100 bits, 8 bits, man. What the frick was it? What the hell did she say? It's supposed to say like this. Con mi burrito sabanero voy camino de Belén si me ven. Si me ven voy camino de Belén. El what? El, oh my god, el lucerito mañana, what? Mañanero? Mañanero? I have no freaking idea. Si me ven voy camino de Belén? Are you freaking, what the heck? What song is that? But thank you for the 100 bits, 8 bits. Now you're the bit boss, man. What language is that? It's Spanish, but clearly I'm not fluent enough in Spanish to know what the hell does that mean. Like, what? I don't know. Con mi burrito. Camino. Are you, is that the freaking... No, don't tell me that's freaking Despacito. Hang on. Is that the freaking Despacito song? That's Despacito. I'm gonna... Oh my god. It's a kid's song. Wow, that was racist of me. Is that Despacito? Is that Despacito? That was super racist of me. Not all Spanish songs are Despacito. So I'm gonna Google Translate this because why not? I'm not, don't worry. With my, okay, forget it. I'm not gonna read that. All right. So let's check the secret passages because we have to find a clue. Racist streamer? I'm not racist. I'm Hispanic. How am I racist? Pick. Look at the floor. Look at floor. Someone left behind an old cane. Wait. Someone has left an old cane behind. Wow, I read that completely wrong. So the only people that uses canes are... Wait, who uses a cane? The Colonel? I don't even freaking remember who uses a cane. Who uses a cane? Alright, so we got a freaking cane. We find the cane. Now we're gonna go to Rosetta.
Tuki tarapura mi burrito q ya vamos alega tuki tu apura mi burrito vamos a ver Jesus.
What? I understand Jesus. What the fuck? Thank you for the 100 bits. 8 bits. Tuki. Burrito is donkey. It's little donkey. A llegar. Tu apurante. What the freak is apurante? All right, so we're gonna meet up with. Whoops. We're gonna visit Rosetta. All right, so let's visit Rosetta. Look at Rosetta right here. Hey, Rosetta. You know why it's Rosetta? Cause look, this is why it's Rosetta. Ouch! It bit you. Oh, you got 20 TTS messages and a certain 8-bits stream for that much. Well, if you want text to speech, it'll cost you some money. You feel me? It has to be a privilege. Plus, I don't want to get spammed by nonsense. All right? I'm kidding. You could put a message for 20 bits, but you ain't gonna get no damn text to speech. Feel me? You could leave messages. You could leave messages for 1 bit. But granted, you ain't gonna get no damn text to speech. Alright, so let's give Polly a cracker. Give cracker to Polly. It's like Rosetta. She's after me. Ah, she's so afraid. What? She's after me? So afraid? Who the freak? You messed up the cheer, man. I ain't reading that. Get out of here. I ain't doing that. That was a bogus cheer too. You didn't even do the 20. So the parrot is mimicking someone screaming. Uh-oh. Let me save, because I have a feeling. You guys want to see Para? She might poop on me though. I don't know if I want to get Para. I don't know if I want to get her, cause Para will poop on me. Para, every time I take her out of the freaking cage, she poops. She gets too excited. If I take out Rosetta, Rosetta will bite the living Jesus out of me. I could take her out with a glove. I'll hold Rosetta with a glove because she bites. All right, so we're gonna go to Fifi's room. Can look at Fifi. Fifi is quietly sitting on her couch reading a book. Ask Fifi about Gertie. Excuse-moi, mademoiselle, but I wish that old Biddy would stay out of Henry's life. I think the family would hurt Henry if they could. Yeah, you're damn right they will. Okay, ask Fifi about Wilbur. Whoops. Ask Fifi about Wilbur. Ooh la la, Wilbur is such fun. Is she sarcastic or does she really say that Wilbur? Because Wilbur is a dirty old perv. Okay, so we spoke about Wilbur. Let's ask about Colonel. I know that Henry seems like the old grouch that he is. He is really a very warm and generous man. Take my word for it. Maybe she likes dirty old pervs? Chill, man. What the freak? Oh no. He's an old grouch, but he is really... Okay, I read that wrong. Ask about Lillian. I sort of feel sorry for the girl, but she gives me the creepies. Okay. Ask about Ethel. So okay, so Wilbur is the doctor of the Colonel. The Colonel's the Colonel Dirt. Ethel is Lillian's mother, and Lillian is Ethel's daughter and Laura's friend. Wow, I almost forgot who the characters were. I opened my mouth too much already, but Henry is not happy with his sister. He is ashamed of her. And she doesn't like Gertie. Ask about Jeeves is the butler. Jeeves is the butler. Oh, mademoiselle, Z is nothing but a big pussycat. A big what? Does that mean he's nice or what? What the hell did he... What does she mean by that? Is he nice? Does he purr when you pet him? Like a big what? None. I ain't saying nothing. Ask about Clarence. Clarence is the attorney of the attorney of the Colonel. I tried to tell Henry not to trust that man, but he does not listen to me. Okay, so we asked about Ethel, Lillian, Henry, Clarence, and Wilbur. Let's ask about Rudy. Her and Rudy so Rudy tried to make an advance on Fifi, and Fifi slapped the crap out of him. Don't tell anyone, but I fear that man. Oh, she actually doesn't. She's afraid of Rudy. Ask about Gloria. Gloria is Rudy's sister and Gertie's daughter. And Rudy is Gertie's son. I'm very nervous about her. She gives me the bad looks. Uh-oh. Okay, so I think that was everybody. Ethel, Lillian, Henry, Clarence, Wilbur, Gertie, Rudy, and Gloria. Yeah, that was everyone. Alright, so we went to see Fifi in her room, and now we gotta go to the bell tower. I was about to say the belt tower, but no. Oh yeah, okay, so you see that chandelier was shaking? So this is what happens if you don't pay attention to it. Ready? Alright, here we go. I'm gonna walk right underneath it. Ready? What? That didn't kill me? That's good. I won't lie. That actually made me jump because I was not expecting it. I was like, oh, it's not gonna happen. That made me jump. That made me jump. I won't lie, that made me jump. It will take a while to get all the splinters out. Nice. GG. Yep, GG. This is why you always save. That scared me. Oh my god, that scared me. Freaking wuss. Alright. Let me actually save. If I remember correctly, I gotta go to the bell tower, which I think is this way. This game creeped me out when I first played it. So you gotta be really careful pulling this stupid bell tower. Or I should say this rope. But we're going to oil the bell first. Oil bell. Oiling the rusted bell may have loosened it. So we were reading in the Bible that if someone rings the bell. No, not this freaking wench. I don't want her to appear. She can't appear. She cannot appear. She cannot appear. Alright. See you, 8 bits, and thank you for the 200 bits. I appreciate it. Your little burrito song. Or burrito song. I appreciate it. Have a nice dinner. I do not want her to appear. I cannot let her appear. If Ethel appears, it ruins the game. Okay, let me save right here. Oh my god. Ethel must need the cool night air to help clear her head. Or is she just wandering mindlessly? Hick! Oh, back so soon, Laura? Hi, Laura. Who's your friend? Oh, it's you, isn't it? Ethel, you freaking... Why are you drinking, man? So she has a drinking problem. And they're thinking that the reason why she has a drinking problem... What did I write? Oil break? And I think it's because she lost her husband and stuff. Only the rest of the bell may have loosened it. So we're not gonna follow Ethel. We're not gonna follow Ethel. No way. But she's wandering around drunk. That's not good. Alright, so we do not want to oil the bell. Let me actually save over this one. Act 3. I'm gonna call this 9:15. I know it's not 9:15, but might as well. So we don't want to pull the bell underneath here. We want to pull it on the side, but I'm gonna show you why we don't want to pull it underneath. Pull handle with king. Pull rope with king. Reaching up. Oh, that's why. Now you're real Southern Belle. Ugh. See the blood right here? Oh God. So that's why you don't want to pull it there. You want to go here. And then pull rope with bell. I mean with bell, with cane. Jesus Christ. Phew, that was close. Okay, so that happened. Okay, so let's look at the bell. What's that attached to the bell? It's some sort of old metal crank. Pick up crank. Okay, thinking it might be useful, you remove the crank from the bell and take it with you. So I think reset. I think the reason why, the way you find out about this is through the book and the Bible. I mean, the book, the Bible and the church. I can't speak. There was a book in the chapel, and we managed to like look through it, and it said some things like, oh, look for your that they used to ring the bell and all this other stuff, and yada 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 yada. Is that your emote? Your reset emote? Oh my god. Okay, so here she's gonna keep wandering around. Okay, so we need to go to the stables. Shoot. I do not want to follow her. You have come upon a ramshackle little playhouse. Hanging from the nearby tree, you see an old rope swing. Seeing these long ago playthings make you wonder about the children who used to live here. So there's so this is the bell tower. This is the chapel. I think if we go left here, this is a stable. Is this a stable? On the west corner of the island, you can see an old, dilapidated stable surrounded by an empty corral. Or corral. Dilapidated? What the hell does that even mean? There's only one stall in this old stable, as there is an old broken down nag in the stall. You deduce this must be Blaze. Okay. So we found the horse, of course. So we gotta go to the chapel. Oh no, what happened? What happened to Wilbur? Someone must have hit him over the head and killed him. Nervously, you look behind you, but there's no one there. Okay, so here's the creepy thing. When we found Gertie dead, Gertie was thrown out the window from the second floor. When we found her dead, we went to tell Gloria that her mother was dead, because she was like right next to it. The door to the building led right to Gertie's body. So when we told Gloria that her mother was dead, she went out to check, and she's like, "There's nothing there," and she called us sick and stuff like that, and that her mother was not there. So when we went to the location, the body went missing. So this guy died. He's the second person to die. Okay, so we're gonna search. We're gonna look at Wilbur. It appears as if Wilbur was fatally hit on the head with a blunt instrument. Search body. With trembling hands, you search Wilbur's body and confirm your suspicion that he died by a tremendous blow to the head. What's this? Why, it's Wilbur's monocle. Thinking it might come in handy, you take it with you. Okay. So once we had the monocle, we could actually use it to inspect the items we got. So we're gonna use the monocle on the poker. What do you want? Oh my god, use monocle with poker. What do you want to do with the monocle? Inspect poker with monocle. Wow, this is why I don't like text parse games. You gotta be really specific with the freaking wording. You examine the entire fireplace poker with the monocle. Oh, there are traces of blood on it. So this is what I'm suspecting. This is me suspecting. The only person that I could see that can harm Wilbur is Gloria, because if you noticed, next to the poker there were pink feathers. She's the only one that wears a pink feather boa, unless someone plants it there. So we could assume that Wilbur died by a hit to the head with the poker, because there's blood on it. So we could suspect that happened. Either Gloria got upset because Wilbur knows her secret, and it could actually ruin her reputation. So what she did was she used the poker on Wilbur, killed him, and hit him in the chapel. However, we could also suspect that someone could have hit him over the head, put the poker there on purpose, and put the feathers there on purpose. So we assume that Gloria killed Wilbur, but he's dead. He's absolutely dead. So here's the creepy thing. You see his body's there, right? We're gonna go out, we're gonna go back in, and the body's missing. Hey, what's up, Anhit? How you doing? His body is missing.
Yo, flowers like the boss you are.
What? You assume like the boss you are? Did she say you flowers like the boss you are? Did Thank you for the 100 bits, Flavor Savior. You flowers like the boss you are? You know why it censored it? You banned me, streamer. I'm coming for you. I'm coming to your house once I figure who you are. You know what? You know what I have to say to that? There. You see, you didn't get timed out like last time permanently. I just deleted a message. Now I figured that out. You flowers? You flower? Cause last time I banned you and I was like, why is this guy not typing? What happened? And then I find out that I accidentally banned him. And I noticed an hour later. And I was like, oh shoot, my bad. Oh, we gotta use a monocle on the hanky. Wait. You inspect hanky with monocle. Oh my god. You carefully examine the white handkerchief using Wilbur's monocle, much like a magnifying glass. Why, what's this? You see a small EP in one corner of the white laced trim. So EP stands for ethyl prune, and we found a hanky outside of Gertie's room once she was murdered. We do know that Ethel does not like Gertie because she's not blood related. All right, so once that's happening, and here, do you see? Oh god, do you see Aquaman or no? Or you're not really into like Aquaman like that? It was actually a good movie. Surprisingly, it was a good movie. I want to see Shazam. For those that don't know, Shazam was actually Captain Marvel before Marvel copyright the name. They copyright the name because they had their own Captain Marvel and it's Marvel, so they're like, nope, we're gonna sue you and take the name Captain Marvel because we're Marvel. Why not? And that's what happened. All right, so we got the. Okay, so let's go to the playhouse. That's funny. You flowers like the boss you are. It has ASS, so it's like, oh, you're cursing. Oh my god! Please. You're inside a leaky old playhouse. Oh, it's 9:15. And then he said, is she reading to her dolls? Huh? What are you doing here, Laura? I'm kind of busy right now. I had to finish the story. Look at Lillian. This is a bit odd. Your friend seems to be reading a book to these old dolls. Look at dolls. Dolls. No? You're not gonna look at it? You see nothing special? So she stuck the key in the lock and look at poster. Really? Look at wall. You look carefully at the walls around you, but you see nothing special about them. What the hell is this then? What is this? This looks what the freak is this? I see a S and a S. Well, that could be a 6 and a S. Alright. Let's leave Lillian reading the story to her dolls. Creep. Alright, so we're gonna save. Yeah, these games are pretty good. I like these games. Not for everyone, obviously. These games are really interesting. I am using the controls, the arrow keys to move because for whatever reason, if I could move with the mouse, but it's not the greatest. Especially if I go to the edge. See? Oh, we found her. But you can move diagonally. Alright, so let's knock on the door. Nice to see you again, Missy Laura. Won't you come in? Cilly's place looked quite cozy and comfortable. She managed to make a home out of a little old shack. If and you want, what? If and you want, you can sit a spell and we'll visit. What? Okay, sit down. You're not close enough. I'm right next to the dam. Okay. Talk to Cilly. I want to thank you for bringing back my healing necklace. I've been feeling kind of poorly lately. I know you've never been here before, but you're like a good story. Are you like a good story? Let me tell you about an old tale around these parts. A long time ago, right before the Civil War, this place was a bustling sugarcane plantation. But during the war, this place was ruined and the owners killed. Yikes. They had a daughter, Sarah, who was away at school during all the trouble. And folks around here say that they hid the family jewels somewhere on this here property for her to someday find. She never did though. Not long afterwards, the poor girl died of a terrible fever. They say Sarah haunts the old graveyard like she's still looking for the missing treasure. Of course, it's just a story folks around here like to believe it. But I ain't never seen nothing. Except, nah, it wasn't anything. What? I'll be mighty careful walking around here if I was you, Missy Laura. Yeah, no doubt, because people are dying left and right. Alright, so ask silly. We're gonna ask her about people. Henry is the colonel. Colonel Henry's a nice enough man. All he wants is to be left alone. Let's ask about Wilbur. I don't trust the doctor around Colonel Henry. Don't know much about him, but he don't seem right in the head to me. Oh shoot. Let's ask about Clarence. I think he took lots of Colonel Henry's money over the years. I don't know why I think that. I just do. Yeah. So Clarence did use the doctor's money to gamble with Wilbur of horse races. They bid on a horse. They used 100,000 to bid on a horse, and the horse lost. But Henry does not know this. All right, let's talk about Ethel. Most of Miss Ethel's trouble started when her husband killed himself. Oh, about 17 years ago. Lordy, that was a messy business. After that, Miss Ethel sort of fell apart. It started in on her drinking. Yeah, I knew it was because of her husband's death, but I did not know that he killed himself. Let's ask about Lillian. Poor Missy Lillian. That girl's had her troubles. I don't want to talk too much, but her daddy's suicide hit the poor little thing hard. And then to have her mama care more about her liquor than her own daughter. Oh, it was sad, alright. Let's ask about Fifi. Fifi's a real carnivore? Alright, she knows what she wants, and she'll use any means to get it. And I mean any means. Not good. Jeeves is hard to figure. I think him and Fifi could be up to something, since I seen them winking and blowing kisses at each other. Maybe they're just in love. What, they can't freaking show love? Okay, so let's talk about Gertie. Let's ask about Gertie. She don't care nothing about Colonel Henry. All she cares about is his money. It's just the same as with her poor dead husband. Let's ask about Gloria. Missy Gloria ain't much different from her mama. Just younger is all. That's messed up. Let's ask about Rudy. I see nothing but trouble with him. He fritters away his life in those drinking establishments, takes up with all kinds of women, and spends all his money at the gambling tables. Where I hear tell he's up to his ears in gambling debt. That's why you don't gamble, guys. Because if you gamble, you lose all your money. If you're just do it for fun, but don't waste all your damn money on freaking gambling. All right, so we spoke to her. We could show her the cane. Show Silly the cane. It looks like Colonel Henry Kane. So Henry, life lessons by Neo Venom. So Henry, get this. Henry is supposed to be in his wheelchair, right? But the dude is using a cane to walk around, and he was in one of the secret passages because that's apparently this is his cane. So yeah, ask Silly about Sarah. Sarah's the girl that died. The poor child. It must have been trouble to lose her family and home the way she did. From what I hear, she never did get over it. So that's a whole bit of information we did not get last game. Because I used a really bad walkthrough. I mean, it's not bad, but it skipped a lot of the things. So I did not know that we could ask Silly about the cane and the and talk about Sarah. Sarah was a girl from a long time ago. Can we get up? Stand up. So we found the cane. Not good. So we know that Henry is spying on people too, because he was in the secret passages. Alright. Can you freaking... Oh my god, man. Jesus. Mary and Joseph. Oh, we could tell her about... Actually, we could tell her about... Tell about Gertie and Wilbur. Tell about Gertie. It's just a swamp playing tricks on you, I'm sure. What? No, they're dead. Oh, child, I'm sure you just seeing things. This place do that to a person. He's freaking dead. Why you don't want to believe me? Come on. Okay, so she doesn't want to like... Wouldn't know about it. The big freaking carrot's behind you. Go on. You can have it if you want. If you want it. Pick up carrots. Okay. Alright, so let's save because we did a lot of stuff. And I don't want to lose any of the progress. So we're going to go to the stables. There's a reason why we got the carrot. There's chickens. 2 chickens scratch and peck within their chicken coop. Life lessons from Neil. Yeah, do not gamble. And do not wander around at night in spooky old mansions, because you'll wind up dying. Most likely. And apparently don't take showers in mansions because you'll get stabbed to death. According to this game. What movie was that from? It slips from mine. Where it's a Alfred Hitchcock movie. And there's a woman that takes a shower. And she gets stabbed to death in the shower. What movie was that? Cause I can't remember. Oh god, Ethel. Oh my god. She's walking around drunk. So this, okay, so I'm gonna save. This is why you save before doing things, because let's say, okay, I'm gonna pet the horse. Aww. As you stroke Blaze's velvety soft nose, his eyes open wide and his ears twitch uncontrollably. So this is what happens if we try to open the gate without feeding Blaze. Cycle, yes, there you go. So you're a dead ringer, Laura, and we got little crosses over our freaking eyes, and we're dead. So that's what happens if you don't feed him a carrot. So let's restore it, and we're gonna feed Blaze a carrot. You hold the carrot in front of Blaze's nose, who begins to cautiously sniff at it. He then gently takes it into his mouth and eats it. He looks at you and whines softly as if in friendship. So let's pet Blaze. You gently stroke Blaze's soft nose. He seems to like that. Okay, so there you go. So now he's nice. And he won't kill us. So let's take... Oh, well, look at wall. A lantern hangs from the wall inside the stable. So pick up lantern. So now we got that. Close gates. Because we don't want this guy to be running out. Alright. So now we are going to go... we're going to go back to the mansion. So let me save it again. I've never seen Psycho. Like entirely, I've never seen Psycho. Do I want to see it? I'm not really a fan of horror movies, but I'm assuming it's not that bad. It's not. I've seen The Shining. The Shining is pretty bad, and The Shining I think is more violent than Psycho. I know The Shining is not made. Is made by what's his name? What's his freaking name? Oh my god, I forgot his name. But not Alfred Hitchcock. It's made by someone else. What's his freaking name? Who made The Shining? Oh my god. I forgot his name. Oh my god, I forgot his name. Anyways, yes, it's not made by Alfred Hitchcock. It's made by someone else. Alright, so we're going to go... We did that. We are going to go into the Colonel's room. Well, no, we're not going to go into the Colonel's room. We're going to spy on the Colonel. I give props to people who have full scored this game without using a guide back in the days, because there was no such thing as internet. However, there was a hotline, so people may have called that. But it's like amazing how people are able to do all that. So we're not gonna really go in the room, because if we go in the room, I think we can't do anything. I think, well, let's see what happens. He's just smoking a cigarette. Alright, so let's pull the cabinet and then look at the Colonel. So in these secret passages, they have like holes on the walls where the pictures are. So you see this picture of the horse, you could actually look through it. You had to pay your parents $25 for calling the hotline. Yet I don't know how people figure out this crap for this game. Like I played it the first time through, right? And you know, I try to explore and such things like that. And I did not know that the game progressed no matter what. So I was like playing and I was like, yeah, oh, okay, I guess I'm beating the game. And then my detective score at the end was like very low. And I was like, what the hell? And in this game in particular, you're supposed to do detective work by certain time of the day. So if you go to certain scenes, the time progresses automatically by 15 minutes. And you can't really do everything that you missed. So you have to be sure to do everything first and then progress the time. Everything within that timeline. And then you progress. And it's like, So look at this guy. He's in his wheelchair, right? But he's walking. And he uses a poker to fix the fire. This guy's in a wheelchair. He's supposed to be in a wheelchair and he can't walk. Alright, so now we're gonna go to it's very, very, very tricky. Alright, so I'm gonna save. This ain't for you, kid. You talking to us? Alright, so we're gonna spy on them. I mean, pull cabinet. Because even if you open the cabinet, it does not do anything. Oh yeah, and when we went to Gertie's room before she got murdered, it smelled like cigar smoke. And the only people that smoke cigars is Henry and Clarence. And the reason why I think Clarence killed Gertie was because Gertie knew about his horse race scam. Near you swapping emotes? I'm thinking about swapping the emotes. I'm thinking about putting For Freddy on tier 1 and Cora to tier 2. I know some people like Cora, but I think a lot more people will enjoy For Freddy. Once I unlock 3 slots, which is that's wrong, by the way. I have 9 out of 25 slots. I don't have 11 out of 25 slots. I don't have 11 out of 25 slots. I have 9 points. I mean points, not slots. Points. All right, so let's look through the hole. Who is this so-called director that Gloria's seen now? Why, I ought to punch his lights out for getting between me and my gal. Gloria was never your gal. Just because she went out with you a couple of times, you thought you owed her. But I got news for you, buddy. My sister doesn't need to settle for the likes of you. As a matter of fact, you were merely a what? Dilliance, ha! Why, you're the one that can't make a commitment to anyone. You ain't good enough to kiss the ground she walks on. You're nothing but a low-class jerk. The text is going way too fast. Quit butting in between me and Gloria. It's none of your business. I'll handle it the way I want it. Oh wait, I'm warning you, Jack. If I see you near my sister again, I'll cut you up to little pieces and feed them to the dog. Got it? Yikes. The text went too fast. This is why I have to fix the cycles, because I don't want the text to be going so fast. I try to read the text as fast as possible, but it you know, went too fast. So we spied on the argument between Rudy and Clarence. Nice. And he said he's gonna cut him up to little pieces if he goes near his sister. Yikes! Oh, he's sleeping. You're going to submit some NES emotes to FFZ? Oh, nice. For Freddy is from Remote Control for the NES. That's where you see that sprite. I decided, so what I'm doing is, and whenever I do unlocked slots, I want it to be a mixture of Tron and games. So one of my emotes might be a cartoon version of me saying chill. So Clarence is sleeping. Alright, so he's sleeping. But I do want to, whenever I'm just saying this hypothetically, but let's say I get partnered, right? And I unlock slots. I wanted, originally this is what I was thinking. I wanted to have a bunch of different graphic adventure emotes and Tron emotes. Like a mixture of the two. So if I ever get RIP, like if I have a RIP emote, I'm gonna make it in with the Maniac Mansion gravestone for Maniac Mansion. I want like a surprise one with Bernard's face, because every time you pick him in the menu, he has like a surprise look when you pick him. I wanted that. For Freddy's good enough for like a like that type of look. The Hey one is Cora doing the peace sign. I wanted a Rage one with Clue from Tron. I might do that in the future. I'll get Man Over Mars to draw one. Alright, so we went to Clarence. So let's go to... Let's go and see if Gloria is still here. I saved, right? Oh, she's listening to music. Alright, so let me actually restore it. I did not save it. I keep, oh my god, restore. I forgot to save 930. It's all good. No. Save. I kind of wanted to keep them separate so that in case I mess up, but it is what it is. So this is Act 3. 9:45 p.m. Pool cabinet. It's an armor. No, whoops. Pool clock. It's not a derp. Pool clock. It's not a cabin, it's a clock. Derp. She's smoking a cigar. A cigarette. Not a cigar. It's just Gloria listening to the Vitrola. Is that how you pronounce it? Hang on, sorry, I gotta clean my nose. I do. You know what I want to see? Clue the movie, because this game reminds me of Clue. Alright, so we spied on her, so it says here at 9:45 we should visit the Colonel again. And it is 9:45, so let me save. I'll save right here. Again, you do not want to walk right here, because then the chandelier will fall. No! Don't freaking go out! You're standing in front of the old plantation house right by the front door. Damn it! This freaking girl. I'm using the mouse to move it. He's not here. This is the elevator. Oh. So look at cannon. It's a miniature replica of a cannon from the Spanish-American War, rendered in pewter and wood. You see a tarnished brass key hidden inside the barrel of the cannon. Get key in cannon. You remove the key from the barrel of the cannon and take it with you. Alright. Use elevator. You don't have it? This freaking up, down. It says use elevator. I don't have the elevator, but yeah, I'm in the elevator. No, don't go out. Up. Oh shoot, you see that? Right here? That's not creepy at all. I think the brass key is for the elevator. That's creepy, man. What do you want to use with the brass key? Oh my god. Look in the elevator. Hang on. Look in elevator. You see the elevator controls on the elevator wall. Look at controls. There is a handle on the elevator control. On the face of the control are on the face of control are a isn't it is on the face of on the face of the control is a keyhole. Or yeah, it's saying two things. Are a keyhole and the words up and down. Yeah, okay. It's true. It is. This is correct grammar. Sorry. So there's a keyhole right here. Okay. Use brass key in keyhole. Use key on elevator. Unlock Elevator with key. A faint click is heard as you turn the key in the lock. Mother of God. Up. Now we could go to the attic. Unbelievable, man. With a dark and creepy attic, it helps to have the moonlight shining in through those big windows. Among all the junk, a stack of old newspapers. Newspapers catches your eye. Look at newspaper. You're prepping for tomorrow? This seems to be an old stack of 1890s edition of the Times Democrat. As you look through them in October 18th, 1980, oh my god, I said 1898 edition catches your interest. You begin reading. New Orleans, Louisiana. Colonel Henry DeJean came home today after spending several months in the hospital following injuries in the recent Spanish-American War. Imagine you have severe hearing loss? Hell, what? Hell no. Colonel DeJean took several bullets to his pelvic and shoulder area as he attempted to carry a severely injured fellow soldier to safety. Incredibly, though injured himself, he managed to make it safely behind American lines. Colonel DeJean was duly decorated and discharged with honor by the U.S. Army. New Orleans welcomed home a true American war hero. You see people using this. Well, I had that as an email before, and they want to use it. They go to my freaking channel and use it. Is that why Colonel's in a wheelchair, you wonder? Yeah, but Colonel got up from a wheelchair and started walking. Sorry, I'm sniffling. Alright, so it's dark back here in the attic. The moonlight from the large windows doesn't light this part of the attic very well. Through the gloom, you can see piles of uninteresting boxes and old junk. However, there is an old trunk that does interest you. Need more Fifi? I'm sniffing stuff. Chill. I'm not sniffing anything. I was sneezing. You didn't hear me sneeze. Retro Shred, did you beat this game? You full score this game? When did you play it? Did you play it on Twitch? Sniffing like Scarface? Chill. I am not sniffing like Scarface. In like 1990? Holy smokes. How old were you? How old were you in 1990? I was 9 years old. I was 9 years old in freaking 1990. You're 8? I'm older than you? Holy smokes. I'm 1 year older than you. 1981. Barely, yeah, I know, right? Barely. Alright, so you ever played Dagger of Amara? I played the very beginning of Dagger of Amara. I haven't, but I played the very beginning. I actually found out about Laura Bow through the King's Quest collection series that I brought way back then during the 90s. It brought Laura Bow 1 and 2 with it, as well as Mother Goose something, and all the King's Quest game. Neo, I got you on ZQuil. I'm gonna get you on Claritin D for allergies. Chill, man. You freaking hooking me. You trying to get me hooked on all these damn things. I remember those Mother Goose nursery rhyme game. Yeah. That's the one that came with it. You were 13. What a nostalgia trip. The very first graphic adventure game I did play was... Oh, so Base Guy was 9. So Base Guy is... Oh, so you're my age, Base Guy. Cool. I know I look younger than freaking 37, but believe it or not, I am 37. You were 13. You're old, man. You're freaking old. Gargan is 42. Believe it or not. No, he's not. You look old. Chet, you're freaking old. You say I'm old, you're freaking old. You're freaking old. You're like in your 40s, man. You're like 40 something. How old are you? You're a baby. You're not 31 is not baby. Get the freak out of here. You're an old man like me. You're 20. Yeah, okay, 28. Freak out of here, 28. That's why I love retro, full of school geezers. The sad thing is, only like I could really count on both hands how many people play point and click games. Not that many. Before I even started streaming on Twitch, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stream freaking point and click games. Screw it. That's what I'm gonna specialize in. Yes, I do play games that are not point and click, and I do CGI, but my main focus is point and click games. So the very first game I played on Twitch was Day of the Tentacle. Yeah, you know why you find more point and click streamers? Because I'm kidding. I was gonna say people start playing point and click games because they see me playing it. Porn and click? No, point and click, not porn and click, not prawn and click. But I started playing a lot of games. I know some other people do play it. Sorry. I had to blow my nose. I'm sorry. I'll mute my mic so you guys don't hear it. Give me 1 second. I'll mute my mic so you guys don't hear it. Prawn and click. Yeah, I'm the only dude. I'm the only freaking dude that has a lead. Well, I highly doubt it. But I was like, I'm freaking playing Leisure Sulari. And if I get banned, I'm going to be really pissed off. So then I play Leisure Sulari. It reminds you of Booger Man? Chill. So I played 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And even the newest one. What Dreams Don't Dry. That game is amazing. If you like Leisure Sulari, get the latest one. I highly suggest it. I mean, yeah, you're gonna be like, oh, Larry is too tall. What the freak? I don't have sound effects today. The reason why I don't have sound effects on Monday and Wednesday is because people will spam it while I'm trying to read. I know for a fact, because Gargan tried to do it. Chill! Yeah. Alright, enough of me rambling. I'm rambling too much. People are like, play your freaking game. Play the game. Stop talking. I don't have that command. The trunk is open and you see old army clothes strewn about. When I'm on the stream, wow, get the freak out of here. Yeah, you got mysteries to solve, AC. I know, right? I'm like talking, people are dying. I'm like, whatever. I could talk. Hey, let them die. They're dead. Who cares? There is an old army clothes in the open trunk. Shadow Gate Remastered is out. My freaking brother sent me this. My brother sent me this game. And I was like, why are you freaking sending me this game? Why the freak are you sending me this? Phantasma freaking... This is not banned on Twitch, by the way. This is not banned on Twitch. And he freaking sent me this. Mom is like, oh, here. Your brother sent you this. And I'm like, Phantasma freaking gory? Are you serious? And I'm not really a fan of horror games. But I'll play this game. I will play this game. Probably on Halloween. This year. I'll probably play on Halloween. This game is freaking... This game is not banned on Twitch. And this game is really bloody. But yeah, Phantasmagoria. 7 freaking discs. You can see my room too. Is that a Christina Aguilera poster? I got a Christina Aguilera. You can't see it, but that's Britney Spears. Britney Spears is right here too. You can't really see it because there's a glass case. But Britney Spears is right here, and that's freaking Christina Aguilera. These were the women I were into back during the early 2000s. Late 90s. I was into Christina Aguilera. This is before she became dirty. I'm just saying. No judge. I do have an Amy Lee poster, but you can't see it. I have Amy Lee on my wall. I have Sarah Michelle Gellar. I have Cordelia from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I have Queen Amidala right here. I have another Queen Amidala right here. I have Neo from the Matrix. Darth Maul. Couple of Son Goku. I call him Son Goku, not Goku. Goku posters, Hellboy. I have Spider-Man. What else I have? Katie Holmes. More Dragon Ball Z. My freaking brother put Baby Spice on the wall too. Mandy Moore. Don't forget about the Backstreet Boys. I have no Backstreet Boys posters in my room. Are you freaking kidding me? I have Amy Lee. I was like, yo, Amy Lee is hot. I'm putting her on the wall. But yeah, I do have a Christina Aguilera poster. Amy Lee is from Evanescence. What?
I am your pappy.
Chill.
Anniversary.
Thank you for the 19 months, Panda. Do you loan Gargan the NES he's using for Beetlejuice? Yes, I did. He needs to give me that NES back. When the hell are you gonna get your own damn NES, Gargan? Huh? But thank you for the 19 months, Panda. I refuse to call Panda Poppy because, no. I call my dad Poppy. I don't call anyone else Poppy. Panda, you're gonna be called Panda forever. I refuse to call you that. Let me keep yours? Are you freaking just... Oh, I read GOT as Game of Thrones. You just got home. I read that as Game of Thrones. I was like, what? Just Game of Thrones home? I was like, what the freak is this guy smoking? What is this guy smoking? Everyone else calls you that. I'll call you Panda. No, I didn't see Game of Thrones. I swear to God, if you say anything about Game of Thrones, I'm gonna freaking purge you. Don't freaking say anything. I don't care if you're a sub, a VIP, whatever. A mod, I'll freaking ban the crap out of you. I'll purge you. What? Me encanta cuando me llamas grande. What? Why are you saying that? You up for Smash, Sat, or Sunday? Yo, Gargan, man. Smash Brothers is whack. Just saying. I mean, what? Alright. I am rambling. Okay, so we looked at the clothes. Look at boots. This is a pair of large old army boots. You noticed an insignia on the boot heel. Look at insignia. You see an insignia of an eagle on the heel of an army boot. The f did I come from? Did that come from? You miss 8-bits laying down the Spanish songs? What? Became the queen of... What? What the freak did you just say? Frankenfurter? Frankenfruiter? Frankfurter? The freak you... I'm gonna freaking purge people with fake spoilers too. So we noticed the eagle on the heel. You guys are distracting me. Look, wait. Examine insignia with monocle. You see, didn't I just... Oh my god. Didn't I just say that? Didn't he just say that? Dr. Frankenfurter from Hark. Oh my god. I don't know the characters from freaking Rocky Horror. You're into that, not me. Now I know who you're talking about. Why can't you use... Okay, examine... Okay, look at this insignia. If I could spell. I remember one time I went to a live show for Rocky Horror. I was because I was reading like they embarrass you and stuff like that, and one of my friends really wanted to go, so I was like, and then my brother's like, you gotta be careful because you know they embarrass people who never went to the show. I'm like, oh hell no. So I was like, do I really want to freaking... Do I really want to go? Why I can't freaking move? Oh my god. Really? All you gotta say is watch it before you start seeing spoilers? Yeah, I know. What the hell? Why is there a hole here? Oh. Why is there a hole in the door? No. Oh, great. $10 o'clock. This is a good time for me to talk. Rocky Horror emote? No, thank you. Where the rock? I mean, I don't mind the movie. If my girlfriend wants to see that movie, she's into musicals too. I'll see it with her. But it's like, I went to the live show. Stop it! Leave me alone. Get out of my room now. You'll regret that, you little vixen. So this guy's trying to make advances on Fifi. I don't blame him. Poor Fifi, man. She's getting harassed. Fifi looks tired, resting in her bed. All right, so let's look at the. Can you move? Oh, I didn't have a click. Look at the decanter. Use. Examine decanter with monocle. Bending over the cognac decanter, you carefully examine it with the monocle. Yes, here is a clear fingerprint. Am I saying it right? Is it decanter or is it something else? Is it pronounced completely different? This is why I have text to speech. Let me see what the freak the person said.
Decanter.
Yeah, I was right. Decanter. Alright, so there's a fingerprint on. That scared me. That scared me. Oh, Lord, that scared me. What the hell was that? Let me save this. I'm gonna save. So we're in Act 5. 10 o'clock. But if someone does mention like, oh, Rocky Horror, I'm like, yeah, I know what the movie is. I don't know the characters' names, but I don't know the movie. All right, so we went all the way to. Let me just scroll down. So we found the clothes in the trunk. We found some old army clothes, and it has an insignia of. Boo has an insignia of an eagle. All right. So we are going to go in here. Buckle freaking walk. So there's the feathers and there's the chair and there's Jeeves and he's gonna clean the feathers. So let's say I didn't check the feathers, right? And Jeeves cleans it. That's already, I already lose points because he cleaned it and I did not inspect it. So let's go. Can you freaking go in the freaking Jesus, Mary and Joseph? Lillian, what are you doing? What an interesting collection of weapons Uncle Henry has. I wonder. Oh, Laura, you startled me. Mm-hmm. You wonder what? You wonder what? Alright, so once we find Lillian, let's tell Lillian about Sarah. You may think you know her, but you don't, Laura. What? Are you a ghost whisperer? She's dead. Like what? Okay, so we talked to her about Sarah. Now we gotta search the secret passages. I'm gonna use the freaking mouse. I hate using the keys. You see, this is a problem. Pool clock. So we have to look for something inside the secret passages. Nothing here. Push mirror. So I'm just searching. Aha! Look at floor. Someone dropped an old cigar butt on the floor. Can we pick that up? Pick up cigar butt. You bend over and pick up the small cigar butt. So we got the cigar butt. So we know that the colonel has been to the secret passages upstairs because his cane was upstairs, and we know he has been downstairs. So yeah, that's that. All right, so we got the butt, and then we're gonna look at. We'll examine cigar butt with monocle. You examine it with a monocle, but don't see anything interesting. Okay. So we did that. All right, so now we have to go here. Let me save it. Thing looks suspicious here. You can see pieces of a broken record on the floor by the vitrola and a small pile of pink feathers near it. Oh. Uh-oh. This is what I missed this part, by the way. I did not look at this. I completely skipped this part, which is bad because it leaves out points for the score at the end. All right, so there's a broken record. Use monocle with broken record. Examine. Oh my god, I hate this. Examine record with monocle. A broken record lies on the floor. That's it? Alright, like. No. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? Did I say broken record? Oh no. Alright. Hey! Look at feathers. A small pile of pink feathers looks terribly suspicious. Could they have come from Gloria's feather bowl? Okay, so before this freaking guy comes. Okay. Look at mud. A muddy spot looks like a particular. Examine mud with monocle. Oh Lord. Okay, so there's mud with a particular footprint. I'm afraid this guy's gonna freaking with a particular footprint. Why does it does not say any detail? You examine it with a monocle, but don't see anything interesting. What? This guy's gonna claim. Examine mud with monocle. Alright. It just says looks. The muddy spot looks like a particular footprint. It doesn't say anything about it. So I'm assuming that's it. Use monocle on the record on the floor in the billiard room. Look at feathers. Look at mud. All right. Jeeves, you freaking jerk! You didn't let me look at it. Now we're gonna go to Polly. So there seems to be a struggle in the billiard room with Gloria, but we don't know where Gloria is. Okay, feed Polly cracker. Ah, I'll teach her. Ah, she can't break up with me. Uh-oh. So, Clarence was here, and he said he's gonna teach Gloria a lesson. So the whole parrot we completely skipped last gameplay. All right, so let's look for the canter. Look at bar. Sculpted marble bears the sculpted marble bar sports in the beautifully finished ebony. Look for decanter. You have to do that yourself. Okay, so I guess that's it. Look for missing decanter. I guess it doesn't. Alright, that's it. Alright, so once that happens, we are going to go here. Oh man. No, I freaking, oh my god. I did not want to do that. I did not want to do that. I did not want to progress the time. No. Let's go to the kitchen, man. I was looking for the gazebo, not freaking Clarence. Alright, let's not bump into Clarence. So once in a while you do see a creepy figure walking outside. You're walking along the south edge of the Bayou Island. An old road runs alongside the old plantation front. Rough iron fence. From here you can see the east edge of the main circular driveway. The southeast edge of the Bayou Island. You are at the southeast edge of the Bayou Island. The old road and fence has been taken over by flooding swamp water. So this is why you don't want to like explore too close on things, because I'll show you what happens if you try to go very close to the water, because this is a Sierra game, and Sierra games like to kill you like that. You got that sinking feeling. And that's why you have to be careful. Oh shoot, she's here. This quaint gazebo looks like it was once a nice spot for a quiet reflecting. Looking north, you see some tall hedges. Well, what's this? Gloria is lying very still upon the gazebo floor. On closer inspection, it's clear that someone has strangled Gloria with her own feather boa. Yeah, I wonder who. Most likely Clarence. At least Roberta doesn't make a cameo to make fun of your decisions. What? She did that in King's Quest 4. She always makes fun of you in King's Quest 4. I remember that. King's Quest 4, not floor. Alright, so Gloria's dead, which is great. Search. Look at body. It appears that Gloria was strangled with her own feather boa. Search body. Nervously, you examine Gloria's body and confirm that she was indeed viciously strangled with her own feather boa. So here's the creepy thing again. If I go south and I go north, the body's missing. Have I ever played King's Quest on... Nope, I haven't. I'm not gonna say the name because the freaking console will turn on. But I haven't, no. Not yet. Or SMS King's Quest? What's SMS? What does that stand for? I'm a noob. Sega Master System? Wait, Sega Master System had a King's Quest? Wow, everybody knew freaking what Sega Master System stand for. Except for me. Wait, Sega Master System had King's Quest? I bet you that game was bad. Right? Am I right or wrong? Alright, see Rudy outside. Okay, so we found Gloria. Now I'm gonna search. Okay. So now Gloria is dead, Gertie is dead, and also... What's his name? This is the southeast corner of the mansion right outside the parlor. What a wonderful view of the old plantation house. Are we really supposed to go see him first and then? What a wonderful view of the old plantation house. From here you can almost imagine what it must have been like during its glory days. Get out of my way, jerk. No, you get out of my way. Why you? You little peepsqueak. Don't mess with me, bud. You ain't heard the last of me, Rudy. I'll get you for this. Did he just did this? Did he just did this? Did he like, you know? What the freak? You cursing on my stream? Are you doing like what? Okay. Alright, so Clarence, freaking Clarence and Rudy were fighting. So that happened. So now let's go to the dining room. The dining room. I know I could use the mouse, but I should use the mouse. Like they incorporate the mouse here to move, right? But you can't use it to pick up things. I would have loved it to have that. But I guess this was before they incorporated you using the mouse to pick up stuff. Alright, so let's go. Sorry. In here. Hello? Well then. Okay, what did he do that? Did he tap their butt? Or did he point at her butt? And look, there was someone walking. So what did he do? Did he tap her butt? Did he like spank it or did he like point at it? Important questions for my detective skills. Alright, so let's get out of here. So where's Ethel? Where the fuck is Ethel? Ethel? You're at the southwest edge of the Bayou Island. The old road and fence have been overtaken by raising swamp water. Yeah. Don't freaking continue walking. Relax. That's not creepy at all. No, that's not creepy. Oh. Follow her. Oh my god. We're gonna lose Ethel. Because it's freaking clock. Rip, she's gone. She's like completely gone. Go, man! You're walking along the south edge of the Bayou Island. An old road leads alongside the old plantation front. Wrought iron fence. In the distance, you can see the carriage house. Where the hell she went? Oh my god, I messed up. I'm not supposed to do that. Oh, I gotta do all this freaking crap again. Alright, I gotta do this again. I forgot to save. So, look at body. Search body. Alright, let me save. So let me save this as 10:15. I know it's not 10:15 yet, but it's gonna be 10:15. It's gonna be 10:45 actually. We have to look around and find Clarence. So let's do that. It's 80 to $100. Are you freaking kidding me? Why is this so expensive? Sally's the colonel's cook. She's an old, overweight black lady who, on the surface, seems to be distant and unfriendly. However, you sense that she is probably a very nice person, just minding her own business. You have heard that Silly practices voodoo, and you wonder about this. Alright. So let us keep looking for this freaking douche. There he is. So now it's 10:30. This is how we're supposed to do it at first. Alright, so let's go here. So now they're gonna fight. And it's 10:45. Get out of my way, jerk. No, you get out of my way. Get out of my sight. Why you? Epic fighting. You little peepsqueak. Just stay out of my way. Don't mess with me, but just stay out of my way. Then he says, you haven't seen the last hits of me, Rudy. I'll get you for this. And he did the little salutes. He wanted this. Somebody gonna die. Yeah, they don't like each other. So the story behind Rudy and Clarence is that Clarence dated Gloria, who's Rudy's brother. I mean, Rudy's sister. Rudy's sister. And he doesn't like Clarence for what he did. And all we know is that partly from Polly, the parrot, we notice that freaking Clarence probably killed Gloria because of the breakup. Alright, so let's see if we can find Ethel before going to the... We're supposed to find her before we go to the southwest corner of the island. Hey, how you doing, Shin? How you doing, man? Welcome. You ever seen this game? This game is pretty cool. Let me save, because it is 10:45. It's a murder mystery. 10:45 p.m. I cannot imagine playing this game on if I was 8 years old or 9 years old. I cannot imagine me playing this game. I'll get spooked. Yeah, it's on your list to play. Oh, nice. There's two lower bowl games. There's this one, the Colonel's Bequest, and there's also the Dagger of Amon-Ra. I did play a little tiny bit, just the very beginning of Dagger of Amon-Ra, which is part 2 of this game. And I completely sucked at it at the time. But this game is really nice. That's the thing I like about the EGA games, is that this is from 1989, but yeah, it looks really nice. Like, look at the shadow detail. Like, it just looks really nice. Like, one would not think that this game, I mean, yes, graphically is not as nice as games nowadays, but you gotta appreciate stuff like this. Yeah, this game is really nice. Is it's scary. It's not for little kids. Because it's a murder mystery. But it's pretty cool. I got spooked. I played this game for the first time 2 years ago, and I got spooked playing this game. I was in my freaking 30s. I got scared. I legit got scared. You like 8-bit stuff? More than 16-bit. The older the better. Well, that's on the, you know. Everyone is entitled to like whatever they want. I do play modern games, but I don't hate old games. I like old games. I like old games more than modern. I'm trying to find the freaking mother of this girl, and I can't find her. So Ethel is Lillian's mother, and that's the friend of Laura, and I can't find her. We're supposed to find her. What if I just wait here? But yeah, this game came out 1989. A lot of people don't like it because of this. Because you gotta type. Like, oh my god, you gotta type. But I don't mind the typing. I suck at these games, but I really don't mind the typing. We are going to look all over the place. I read all this already. So this is like the southwest corner. So we're gonna just keep looking. But this is definitely pretty cool. You're standing on the south edge of the Bayou Island, looking towards the great old plantation house. An old road runs alongside the plantation front wrought iron fence. This is open. Let me save. What happens if I go out? The weather-beaten dock extends from the island's edge out into the alligator-infested bayou. Towards the center of the island, you can see the old plantation house. Okay. So you gotta really be careful walking around here, because if you do this... Oh! I didn't get killed! Oh. Damn it! I spoke too soon! The thick muck was too much for you. Ah, shoot. This is why you always save. This is alligator right here. What if I stay here? None. That frog scared me. Alright, let's not do that. Where the hell is the mother? How hard is it to find a drunk lady? Yeah, see, you gotta always save in Sierra games. Sierra games are really like... Sierra games are really ridiculous. Give me 1 second. I forgot to fix something really quick. Give me 1 second, 1 second. Hopefully the mom pops up. I didn't even sign in freaking... Oh my god. Hang on 1 second. Yeah. No. Just fixing something really quick. Here it is. I gotta fix this. Damn it! I got rid of my freaking bar. Hang on. Give me 1 second. I don't even know. Well then, I'll fix it later. Alright. So let's go. You could die in LucasArts games too. Like, if you're not careful, you could die in LucasArts games. For sure in Maniac Mansion and for sure in Zack McCracken. Those were like the very first adventure games for LucasArts. You could really die there. You could die in the game. So it's kind of like Sierra games. A lot of people complain that, oh, those games are bad because you could die and stuff. But it's like, come on, man. That's I kind of like the aspect of trial and error. I like that aspect. There's a wonderful little garden. You wonder who planted it. Certainly not the Colonel. No, yeah. Not as much as a Sierra game, no. Well, no, in Maniac Mansion, there's a lot of ways to die. You could die from the swimming pool. Get the house blown up. You could get eaten by a man. No, you could get killed by the green tentacle. You could get killed by Weird Ed Edison. You could get killed by the meteor. You could get a bad ending. If you beat the game and you killed this guy, Dave, you get a bad ending. This way here, I guess. I'm trying to find the mother. This is like the most time-consuming crap ever. How hard is it to find a drunk woman? Because we can't progress until we find her. And I went all over the island. Let's go to the bell tower. In Zack McCracken, you really have to try hard to kill yourself. There she is. Alright. Where the hell she went? Okay, I could skip that. How you skip the clock? There you go. Because we already heard it once. Where she went? Okay, so it's 11 o'clock. Let me save. So it's Act 5, right? $11. The crummy thing about the Sierra games, though, is that they only give you a certain amount of save files. So let's say you accidentally miss something in the beginning of the game. You have to hope to God that you didn't override your the game, because if you did, you're screwed. Okay, so we found her drunk. So now we gotta freaking go here. Yeah, look at this. This wasn't here. So if I was here and Ethel's mother walked through here, I mean Ethel herself walked through here, Lillian's mother, you will not see this. That's odd. There's a rolling pin on the ground. You pick up the rolling pin, you notice a nearby. As you pick up the rolling pin, you notice a muddy footprint. So once we got that, we're going to. Well, the game used to be on floppy disk, so I guess they were really. Yeah. It had to be, because the computers back then did not have as many. Or as much memory as nowadays, so that's understandable. Because they do save when you were playing the games, old school games. they did save on your computer, but you know, we didn't have the space, the amount of space we did back then. So unless it did use a floppy as a save, because I think you could use blank floppies to save. I'm pretty sure you can. The way I saved the games where I saved it on the computer. In case because if you lose your floppy, you're screwed. All right, so we found the rolling pin finally, and we're gonna look at or examine rolling pin with monocle. You scrutinize the entire rolling pin with Wilbur's monocle. Aha! You have discovered traces of blood on it. Ooh. Examine footprint with monocle. I'm not close enough. Is that close enough? Using Wilbur's monocle as a magnifying glass, you carefully examine the muddy impression and can see it is definitely a footprint. Aha! There on the sole is an insignia of an eagle. So, here's the interesting thing. When we found the clothes in the attic of the mansion, we saw a boot that has an insignia of an eagle on the heel. So the person who used the rolling pin left the rolling pin with the blood on it and left a footprint and is using the clothes that is inside the trunk. So there you go. So once we do all that, we have to find I have a feeling that Ethel is DED dead. We're going to search. Let's search the stables first. Since we're right here. I do remember finding her in the stables. She's not in the stables. Oh no, this is not the. Was it the stable or the carriage house? Oh shoot. This is dreadful. Poor Ethel has been hit over the head and killed. Something terrible is going on around here, and you suddenly feel a cold fear spreading ominously throughout your body. Poor Ethel. Look at Ethel. It looks like Ethel was hit fatally on the head with a heavy blunt instrument. I wonder what? The rolling pin? Search body. Not close enough. You fearfully search Ethel's body and find that she was indeed killed by a terrible hit on the head. So we find out that the killer probably used the insignia, the clothes that were in the trunk and the rolling pin, and killed Ethel. All right. So she's dead. So now, okay, so Gertie died. She got pushed out the window and died. Who was dead? Wilbur was dead. He got hit over the head with the poker and died. So here's what I think. They don't really tell you who killed who, but this is what I think. So when we found Gertie, when we went into Gertie's room, right? It smelled like cigar smoke. There's only two people who smoke cigars. The Colonel and Clarence. The reason why I think it was Clarence is because Clarence despised Gertie because Gertie knew about his horse race scam. So what happened was Gertie confronted Clarence because Clarence was mistreating her daughter. So she was like, you know what, you better back away from my daughter or else I'm gonna tell the colonel about your horse race scam. So Clarence did not like that, and he probably killed Gertie. The reason why I think he killed Gertie is because he smokes a cigar, and when we went to her room, does the room smell like a cigar, and he pushed her out the window. This is what I think. So once that happened, we find out that Gloria, Gertie's daughter, found a new flame and didn't want to be didn't want to have anything to do with Clarence. So Clarence did not take good word to this and probably killed her because he didn't want her to break up with him. Why can't I open this door? There we go. That was not close enough. Oh, look at Jeeves. Jeeves must be getting ready to see someone special as he's taking great pain with his appearance while standing at his sink. Are we supposed to be here? Alright. Yeah, we are. You notice a lovely bouquet of flowers on Jeeves' bed. You have a feeling you know who will be the recipient of these flowers. Alright. So that's happening. Let us go up. Okay, so we saw Jeeves. Now let's visit Fifi. So yeah, so Gertie was probably killed by Clarence. And Clarence also killed Gloria, I'm assuming. But Lillian also had a thing against... Actually, Lillian also had a thing against a lot of people. She had a thing against Rudy, Gloria, everyone. I'm going the wrong way. And look at this. You saw that? There was a shadow walking on here. I'm not even supposed to go through here. And I think I messed up. Oh, yes, I messed up. Damn it. Frick. This is why you had to save often. Now I gotta wait for this freaking once to come out. No, I think we already found her. We have to do the freaking close iron. We have to get the rolling pin again. Save often. Do I have a freaking command for saving? I messed up. I thought I was gonna beat this game today. Pick up rolling pin. Alright. Examine rolling pin with monocle. Found that. Examine footprint with monocle. Really? I'm not close enough? Okay, there you go. Alright, let me save. So I don't have to do this crap again. So in this game, you have to do things before a certain time. That's why I restored it. Because you have to do stuff before 11:15. I went and triggered the time by mistake. Because I went to the dining room. And I do not want to go to the dining room. I should have went to the front door so I don't trigger the time. Because if you trigger time, you're not able to do things again. So for example, say I was exploring the house and I did not do any detective work and I just kept on advancing the time. The game judges you based on your detective work. So if you do, the less detective work you do, the worse your score is. So you have to do things before every 15. Like, okay, so now it's 11 o'clock. I have to do certain things before 11:15. Because if 11:15 hits, I cannot do those things again. I can't I can't go back and do it. But luckily we did not miss too much. Oh, we had to find Ethel. Hold up. You see, I almost forgot. We had to find her body. Let's actually see if she's in the rose garden. She is. So she could either be in the rose garden or in the carriage. Look at Ethel. It looks like Ethel has been fatally hit on the head with a heavy blunt instrument, which is the rolling pin. Let's search her body. You fearfully search Ethel's body and find that she was indeed killed by a terrible hit on the head. Here's the creepy thing. You see the body's there, right? So if we go like this, the body's missing. Yeah, like this game does not play like your typical point and click games. Or the other EGA games. You have to do things. It progresses no matter what you do, and it gives you the score, the determining score based on how much detective work you do. And the bodies could be either or place. They could be, like, for example, Ethel could have been in the carriage or in the rose garden. Gloria could be in the well or in the gazebo. Wilbur could be in the stables or in the chapel. I think it throws a number, and it depends on what number you get. I think certain people do die in certain specific locations though. I only have 16 more minutes. I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat this game tonight. I'm gonna beat this game tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Wednesday for sure. Okay, so he's standing right. Let's look at flowers. Look at flowers. All right. So let us not go through the dining room. I do not want to advance the time, because that's how I'll advance the time. Going to the dining room. It's very interesting because at the end of the game they do tell you what you miss. They'll say incomplete, but they don't tell you specifically what you have to do. They'll just give you a clue. So last game I did not find the rolling pin. I did not find a lot of things. I did not find I did not feed Polly crackers. Did not get that dialogue. I did not I missed a couple of things. A lot of things actually. Oh, here comes a scene. Really interesting scene. I mean, you know, if you were a young kid, this scene was a lot of this scene was like Liege to Larry for you. And look at the music they play. The music they play too. So you can actually do this. I'm not gonna do it. But you could open. I mean, she'll probably not let you open it when she's completely undressed. But you could open it while she's undressing. She'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And she'll cover herself. I did not do that. But I think you could only open when she has underwear on. Fifi must be getting ready to to see someone special, and she's taking great pain to make herself look pretty. So we know who she's getting ready for. So Jeeves is getting ready for Fifi, and Fifi's getting ready for Jeeves. They don't let me smell the air? Smell Fifi? Alright. So yeah, Fifi is... We didn't really do anything. Oh shoot. I'm not gonna kill Fifi. What has Fifi done? Fifi did nothing. So we are gonna trigger the time 15 minutes ahead. See, this will trigger the time no matter what. If you go to the dining room, it'll go to 11:15. So we could go all over the world, the island. See that? We could go all over the island and trigger and not trigger the time. But as soon as you step into the dining room, you advance the time. I think we could just, even if we spy on him, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, this house has hidden passageway. Look through eyes. You see Rudy having dessert and coffee in the dining room. So Rudy's just chillaxing. Actually, let me save the game. Okay, let me replace this. This is Act 5. 11:15 p.m. I do like the silence, to be honest. It gives that creepy vibe. All right. Oh, we forgot to feed Polly a cracker. So birds repeat things that they hear, right? This is Clarence. Clarence looks forlorn as he sits alone at the bar having a drink. Feed Polly cracker. So he'll repeat lines. Jeeves, kiss me again. What? Whoa! Whoa! Okay. All right. Polly. And then we had a thing for Jeeves. I think we could spy on him too. Freaking antivirus popped up. Hang on. Freak out of here. Damn, I have to end at 11 minutes. 9 minutes. Scratch that. It's only Clarence sitting alone at the bar. So people will be having conversations, right? And as soon as you walk in, they're like, oh, we have company. and they won't say a word anymore, right? So what you have to do is you have to sneak in those passageways. And the way you find out about that is you have to look at the floor. So let's say I look at the floor here, right? Hang on. I just put look at floor. It says you notice deep scuff marks on the floor near the two armories. So scuff marks means that they have been moved a lot. So if you pull cabinet, I just say cabinet, it opens. That's how you find out about the hidden passages. So I'm gonna save right here again, because you see if I go in here, it advanced the time, right, to 11:45, and you see Lillian and Henry talking. But Uncle Henry, I don't understand how you could, Laura, what are you doing here? So they're talking and they didn't stop. They stop talking once you walk in the room, right? So if we pull this, I just say cabinet. I know it's an armory, whatever, armories. And you look through here. Why are you treating me like this, Uncle Henry? Don't you care how I feel? Don't I matter to you anymore? You matter to me the same way everyone else does. No more and no less. She doesn't look too happy. But I don't understand it. I thought I was special. I thought you cared for me more than for Gloria or Rudy or any of the others. You're right. You thought that. You were wrong. Uh-oh. What about when I used to come and visit you? You were like a father to me. How can you be like this now? I'm afraid you misunderstood a lot of things, Lillian. I was just trying to help my sister, that's all. To me, you were just her insecure little brat. I won't hear any more of this. You're lying to me, Uncle Henry. Somebody's behind this. I just know it, and I intend to find out who it is. Au revoir, Uncle Henry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's not happy. She doesn't like Rudy, and she doesn't like Gloria. And she thought she was a special one. Yeah, okay, it says what? Okay, so let me save. It's 11:30, right? It progressed to 11:30. So let me save. 11:30 p.m. Yeah. So he's here. Let's see if he does anything. Pool. I'll spell the armory. Cabinet is so much easier. You notice a faint aroma of perfume. So, two people were using perfumes. Fifi and Lillian. Those are the only two. So once we enter Henry's room, when he was by himself, okay, so him and Lillian were having a discussion. She leaves out of anger. I go in the room where Henry is, exit, and I go into the secret passageway, and it smells like perfume. So, either two people, it's not Gloria. Gloria is dead. Now that I'm thinking about it, Gloria is dead. So the only person who's wearing perfume is Lillian, and she went in the secret passageway to spy on Henry. Gloria is dead. It can't be Gloria. You see the Colonel sitting in his room. So she was spying on Colonel. She was clearly spying on the Colonel. So she knows about the hidden, the secret passageways too. Her and the Colonel. Because we found the Colonel's cane in it, and we found a cigarette butt that was the same size as his. Either that or Clarence. But Clarence has a long cigar. He doesn't have a small cigar like Henry. Let me replace this. Look. Then where the freak is he? He like disappeared. But but before, when we spied on him, right? He got up from his wheelchair and he messed around with the fireplace right here, with a poker. Like he got up from the wheelchair, walked, and started poking the fire. So, in the newspaper, we read that he got injured, but he's getting up and walking around. So he doesn't really need a wheelchair or the cane. I might call it here, guys. This is a good time to stop the stream, because it's a nice marker on where I left off. So it's 12 o'clock, so I'm gonna save it here, and I'm gonna name this Act 6, 12 a.m. But thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I am going to be playing this game again on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow, I'm going to stream tomorrow as well, but tomorrow is not going to be a point and click game. Tomorrow is going to be CGI. I'm going to be working on the convention hall for my movie. It's based on Day of the Tentacle. And on Wednesday, I'll pick up Colonel's Bequest again. And on Thursday, I'll play Mortal Rock. But yes, I have a Twitter where you can find out more about the stream. Oh, man. Thank you, Shin, for the 300 bits. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. And now you're the new bit boss. Thank you for the 300 bits. I really do appreciate that, man. Very generous of you. But yeah. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 8 p.m. On Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, I stream until 11. And on Tuesday, I stream until 10. Monday, Wednesday is point and click. Thursdays is games are not point and click. And Tuesdays is CGI. I have a YouTube where you could find old VODs of my stream. I have a Discord where I hang out offline. And I have a Twitter. If you want to follow my Twitter, that's where you find out what I'm streaming on what day, if I'm streaming. All right, guys, let me see if I can host someone really quick. Let me see who's streaming. If anyone is streaming a game, a retro game. Ooh, someone is playing Phantasmagoria. Oh shoot, someone is playing Phantasmagoria. Oh, do you guys want to see Phantasmagoria? Let me check everybody. Hang on. Lady Glitch is actually streaming The Sims. Panda is streaming Mega Man X. Darth is streaming The Messenger. Gemma Glasses is streaming Tex Murphy. Colonel Sidequest is streaming Subnautica. Another one streaming Destiny 2. I don't know what stream this guy is streaming. What the hell is TikTok? We got Fantasy Star 2. And then we got Little Nemo. Oh my god, so many people are streaming so many things. Then we got Iron Sword. Metroid. Hang on, guys. Sorry. I'm taking a while. It's an app. Screw that. TikTok. I might stream. I might host, I mean. I'm debate. I don't know who to host. Who I haven't hosted before? Let us host Stormcrow. I kind of want to see Iron Sword though. This host hungry. Screw it. This host hungry. This is the problem, man. Okay, let's host Hungry. She's playing Iron Sword. I actually like Iron Sword. Alright, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Shin, for the bits. Flavor for the bit. 8-bits for the bit. And also, everyone for the hosts. The subs. Gargan for the sub. Panda for the sub. Alright, guys. Hope to see you guys on Wednesday. If not tomorrow, Wednesday. Alright, see you.